Alright, it is Saturday, and here I am on my other webcam because my laptop actually had its motherboard fried a couple days ago. So, I'm using the old camera, but still works just fine for my purposes. Been watching college football pretty much all morning and afternoon. Some pretty cool stuff. I saw the Miami, North Carolina game, the Indiana, Michigan State game. Right now I'm flipping back and forth between Auburn, Tennessee. You got Notre Dame and Purdue, and UCLA, Fresno State. So pretty good stuff out there. Everybody's flipping out about the USC Oregon State upset, but it's been just as good today. I think you had Florida getting upset, which is to me almost as big. So there you go. Anyway, that's not what we're here to talk about. Tomorrow we got some NFL action, and here's what I got. I got Green Bay beating Tampa Bay. I look at Tampa, and I gotta figure that they gotta be gassed after what happened last week against Chicago. Plus, I look at Brian Griese, and I don't see a guy who I would count on to play at a high level continually. I really think that him doing what he did last week against Chicago is going to be bad for Tampa in the long run, because Garcia is the better quarterback, and more often than not will be the better quarterback. So I got Green Bay taking that one on the road. Arizona and the New York Jets, kind of a tough one, interesting game, but I'll take the home team, and of course I'll be rooting for the Jets, so the Jets it is. Cleveland, Cincinnati, both teams are desperate, and I flipped back and forth on this one for a while, but I'm going to take Cincinnati. When you look at Cleveland right now, Romeo Crennel says Derek Anderson's my starting quarterback, but I got Brady Quinn ready, which is kind of like telling your wife, you're still my wife, but I'm going to start having sex with this other girl to make sure I'm ready in case something goes wrong. And, well, would you ever do that? No. So that's why this is a bad idea too. So when you know Derek Anderson has to be looking over his shoulder for Brady Quinn, things are not going to be good. I'm taking Cincinnati. I got Jacksonville beating Houston. Houston, again, you guys all know that I think Hurricane Ike is going to destroy them. And Jacksonville saved their season last week. They got a home game against Houston. Pretty sure that they're going to take this one by a considerable margin as they try and claw back into the race. Minnesota, Tennessee, two teams that are very similar to each other, but I'm not taking Gus Frerotte on the road, so Tennessee it is. I think Minnesota did save their season last week and everything, but sometimes you exert so much energy trying to do that, you're in for a letdown the following week. So going on the road against a really good Tennessee team, I'm taking the Titans. Denver and Kansas City. It's in Kansas City, but I'm still taking Denver big. Offense cannot be stopped, and if there was ever a chance to get their defense's morale up, this is the week. We all know that Denver has not played good defense so far this season, but this is one of those games where you can really start to turn it around. Carolina, Atlanta. Atlanta's playing with house money right now. It's odd because they, the first two games of the year, they didn't beat Tampa Bay. Nobody thought they were going to beat Tampa. Tampa's the better team. Tampa was coming off a tough loss. It was on the road. But Matt Ryan has looked good. He's looked likable. They've run the ball extremely well with Michael Turner. The defense is making plays. John Abraham leads the league in sacks. So right now they can pretty much do... They've given the city of Atlanta hope, so it almost feels like they're playing with house money in that there's not much room to disappoint the Atlanta fans right now. I mean, they could go and lose all their games out for the rest of the season. That'd be disappointing. But especially in a game like this, they're going on the road. They're playing Carolina. If they win, somehow they're in the lead in the divisional race. They would be in first place. If not, well, who expected them to beat Carolina anyway? So, good job to Atlanta. But when they say you're playing with house money, there's usually a reason for that. So I'm going to take Carolina to win at home. take care of business after last week with the tough loss to Minnesota. I'm taking Carolina. New Orleans, San Francisco. I look at New Orleans. They've had 2 tough losses in a row and really need to start getting back on track. They're not too far off from getting into the mode where they would have to save their season. And they're at home, so give me the Saints. Of course, I'll be rooting for the Saints. That's all I can root for this weekend. Divisional rivals to lose, so guess I'll take the Saints. San Diego, Oakland. Oakland's at home. Oakland's coming off a tough loss, but I think all that is overridden by the fact that, 1, they're not that good of a team, and 2, everybody just hates each other right now. So San Diego, I know LT loves to play the Raiders. I think he'll get back on track today, have a good game. Excuse me, in this game, not today. Got Buffalo beating St. Louis. And that will be the end of the Scott Linehan era. I think he'll be gone over the bye week. So I think Buffalo takes that one on the road. But Buffalo should be careful. This is a trap game. St. Louis is playing for their life. Buffalo's riding a 3-0 high, including that miracle comeback against Oakland. So be careful. Dallas over Washington. This is a rivalry game, and you got to be a little careful around these. But I expect Dallas to win by double digits. At home, I think Marion Barber is going to put the game away at the end if it's somewhat close, and I think they'll really pile it on at the end. So I got Dallas. Pretty sure they're going to win big. Philly, Chicago. I guess Hester's going to play. They're saying Westbrook's 50-50. McNabb is going to play. I want to be careful around this game, but I'm going to take Philadelphia. I cannot see Kyle Orton doing anything against the Eagles' defense. And I just think Philly's the better team, so I'll take them on the road. Baltimore and Pittsburgh. This is probably the toughest game of the week. But look at Pittsburgh. They don't have Willie Parker. They don't have Casey Hampton. They think they're going to have Ben Roethlisberger, but he is injured in about 4 different places right now, so I wouldn't guarantee anything. And if he does play, it wouldn't take much for him to get injured. I'm just saying. Baltimore, I do think that this could be a game where Joe Flacco throws like 4 or 5 interceptions, gets sacked about 20 times. 20 is an over-exaggeration, but you know what I'm getting at. But, you know what? I'm going to roll the dice here. I'm going to take Baltimore on the road to establish themselves as the top of the AFC North. I look at Pittsburgh's offensive line. I can see them getting completely snowed over. And you could say the same about Baltimore's offensive line, but I think their offensive line is a little bit better. So this game is kind of a toss-up. Who's going to get the one big play? Who's going to get the one good drive? So this is a toss-up. I'm going to take Baltimore to win this game. Just a feeling I have that it's going to be a 10-7, 9-7 game, and I'll flip a coin, taking the Ravens to win. So that's it for this week. So far, I think I have 30 wins on the season, and 17 losses. So that's a pretty good start. And on that note, I'm going to go watch more college football. Tennessee Auburn is coming down to the wire. I will see you all later.